All right, so that's what's happening as far as news headlines go across the country. Now, in the world of cricket, the fifth test against England at Edgbaston is playing out, and there India has set what seems to be a rather solid target. 378 is the target that has been set. The match is, of course, at a crossroads already. The English openers off to a rather flying start, but one of the key highlights there in this test match has been, of course, the captaincy of Jasprit Bumrah. The pacer has had this magical spell. He's had a magical spell both with the bat and the ball, scalping 3 wickets in the first innings itself, and he's got his tally up to 21. Bumrah has set that record for the highest number of wickets taken by an Indian pacer against England in a series. And before that, Bumrah also gave Stuart Broad a reminder of Yuvraj Singh. He's hit him for 35 runs in an over. So with that, the young captain Bumrah, also scoring the most of a single over in a test match. So several firsts happening over there. Let's connect with K. Srinivas Rao, the senior cricket editor at Times of India, and he's joining us. Great to have you with us again, Srinivas. England is off to that rather solid start, but do you think India has a chance, given the conditions of the pitch on the last day?
Well, Bairstow is at the crease, so you never know. The way England started, the way they've been going, the rate at which they've been striking, it's all too, dicey right now from India's point of view. You'll have to wait and watch until another wicket or two fall. But that said, as you watch this game, one thing is for sure. Jasprit Bumrah is busy perhaps scripting what when he retires and when the day comes in years from now, you are perhaps looking at the most iconic chapters that he's busy scripting on his cricketing journey. And this has been a wonderful show. Let's see where this goes from here. It's still a match that's anybody's for the taking.
Srinivas, we spoke about this earlier too. You were very excited to see Bumrah as captain. So far, India has played rather well. And with that in mind, I want to ask you how you rate Bumrah's captaincy so far. What's different about the team, and what do you think are Bumrah's strengths and weaknesses? What has struck you the most?
Well, the one thing that strikes, kind of most pertinently in the case of Jasprit Bumrah, and I'm not saying now because he's the captain, always is the aggression that never shows until you actually know the guy, what you see on the screen, or even if you probably, speak with him offhand, it's never going to show the kind of aggression that he carries on the field. And it's only in moments like these when the responsibility is on his shoulders and he knows that the onus is on him and this is his moment. And that's when he lets it out, and that's when he begins to let you know what he's made of. We saw that in the over against Stuart Broad. We've seen as you mentioned when you were mentioning the stats, the way he's come about in England overall, and right now what we're watching. Right now, the spell that's going on as we speak speaks volumes of Jasprit Bumrah, the individual, a very shy person, a very kind of endearing guy when you speak with him. This is not the Jasprit Bumrah you will get to know if you really don't know him, what he takes on the field. This is what it is.
How much does it stand out in contrast to what we've seen under Virat Kohli, Srinivas? Also about the lethal pace battery that we are seeing as far as the Indian team is concerned. Under Bumrah, do you see that aggression play out, the kind that we've seen Virat specialize in?
Of course, and right now as I'm watching this, my mind goes back to 2018 Cape Town when he made his debut. Jasprit Bumrah, that was under Virat's captaincy. I remember the second innings spell when he broke South Africa's back and brought India back into the game, and that was the spell that introduced him. And I remember Michael Holding sitting in the commentary box in Cape Town, Newlands, and actually, having his share of doubts over whether Jasprit Bumrah was meant to be a long-term bowler in Test cricket. And I'm sure many echoed Holding's sentiment. I mean, not surprising where Michael Holding comes from, the old school, and where he's the kind of fast bowling that he's been used to watching. So from there to what we're seeing right now, it's all happened under Virat's captaincy, and we all know what Virat has done. In fact, this whole pace machine that India has, and this whole attitude with which India goes into a test match, what we're seeing right now is all, Virat Kohli will be remembered. This is his contribution. This is his team. Mind you, whatever happens in the series, whether we win it or, whether we come close to winning it, and perhaps draw, it doesn't matter. This will be Virat Kohli's effort and the whole pace machinery around it. And of course, Jasprit Bumrah is going to be at the helm of it. Let me add a
Did
small
well
bit here.
against England, Srinivas. In 2014, 2018, we triumphed against them. Do you think there will be a repeat performance here?
Of course. This is as close as we come to, like, kind of stamping our authority in England with a very distinguished, kind of feature, which is pace bowling. Remember, in 2021, when the series was being played, it marked the 50th year of India's 1971 series. And from there till now, look at the change that has transpired from, the famous spin quadrant winning India back in 71 to now the pace bowlers taking over. This is the transition that India has gone through. Virat Kohli, Jasprit Bumrah, of course, Mohammad Shami too, right at the helm of this transition. Of course, with Ravi Shastri, who was, not to forget, the coach who actually made this happen along with Virat. So, this is their story, and this is just the climax that we're watching right now.
Well, the climax of a story is always very interesting, and when it's touch and go, it's even better for audiences all over. Srinivas Rao, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure chatting with you.